Hello there. Happy Friday, everyone. Today is Feedback Friday. That's right. It's the day that I always pause and reflect on the beauty that is feedback. For those of you who I'm meeting for the very first time, my name is Dr. Shanita Williams. I consider myself a feedback enthusiast because I truly believe if we figure this feedback thing out right, we'll have the keys to unlocking and unleashing our full potential. So tonight, I have a short and sweet story for you that I think is pretty powerful that we can all learn from. So this week, I'm going to focus on our kids. So when I think about our kids, I mean, they are busy trying to master this remote learning, hybrid learning, all the different ways that they're learning today. And my daughter, my middle daughter, Jolie, has always had an insatiable desire to do really well on her spelling test. So she's always had her eye focused on it. This week, she actually decided to get my husband and I's attention and tell us how she did on her spelling test. So the interesting thing is when she gave us her update, there was something unique about it that I thought I could learn from. So here's what she said. There are 20 spelling words on the test, and this was her response. She said, "Mom, Dad, I just want you to know I only got 19 out of 20 on my spelling test." Did she just say only 19 out of 20? She proceeded then to go on and talk about why it was that she missed that last one. And she's going into this explanation like, and I only missed it because, and I only didn't get that last one because, and I didn't really. And I literally was like, time out. My husband and I were like, Jolie, let's just pause. Did you just say you got 19 out of 20 right? She was like, yeah. I said, no, you got 19 out of 20 right. Let's celebrate the fact that you got 19 out of 20 right. Let's celebrate that. So that was really interesting because she was trying to strive for perfection. Now she is 9 years old. Where did she get that from? My mom is in the chat right now, and I think she said she probably got it from me. But it made me think about the feedback that we give our kids each and every day. I mean, she was so she wasn't upset, but she was definitely very anxious about not getting that last one right. How many of our children are walking around with this expectation of perfection at such a young age? And so we paused and we said, no, Jolie, let's focus on you got 19 things right. And we just started clapping and started celebrating her. And she's so jovial and just like, she starts giggling and then she got it. But I couldn't help but to leave with that feedback that I got from her. Because in her own behaviors, I was getting a signal that she is getting an expectation of perfection from someone. And one of you just said in the chat, Michelle, we put our fears and expectations from ourselves on our kids. You're absolutely right. Because if I were to be honest, I do have a yardstick I carry around with me each and every day. And while everybody's yardstick can be here, mine is here for myself, not for other people. And while she watches me and her dad strive to do our best that we can, I have to be mindful of how she's internalizing that. So my husband and I started talking tonight and we were like, what if we were able to change the narrative? What if we were able to say, instead of putting a red mark every time you got something wrong, what if we put a star next to everything you got right? How would that shift her thinking? Every time she came to us and said, I did my spelling test, what if we just said, did you get one right? And clap and celebrate that it was just one. So my challenge to you parents out there is to really think about that. Like, how do we give ourselves permission? I see you, Michelle. Why don't we give ourselves the grace we give others? We are so hard on ourselves, right? We have a yardstick that's 20 feet high and everyone else can have a regular, 12 feet, right? And when I think about, our kids, we're modeling for them you know, how we celebrate ourselves, what success looks like. So I'm glad that we got to hear her narrative of how she experienced her test. I want my daughter to know that 19 is amazing. 18 is amazing. 17 is amazing. Quite honestly, your effort is amazing. Let's not even put a number to it. How many of us are going around in our lives trying to put numbers of what success looks like? Like, oh, once I make X amount of dollars, then I'm successful. Or, oh, once I hit this number in goals, I'm successful. Or once I have this many shoes or this size of a house, or, right? Numbers are really interesting. Our kids are listening to how we internalize numbers. So, do you have a feedback mentality? If not, do you think your children have a feedback mentality? Yeah. You know what? I'm going to keep working on building a feedback mentality for myself and modeling the right behaviors. And I'm going to give my children permission to give themselves the grace that they so deserve. You should not be stressed out at 9 about getting 19 out of 20. And so that just means mom will have the opportunity to celebrate her more. So that is my talk for tonight. I hope you got a little something that you can take with you into your homes. Think about the feedback you give yourselves, the feedback that you give your children, because we're all on the road to truly just trying to live our best lives. And the only way we're going to unlock and unleash our potential is if we unconsciously give ourselves permission to do so. All right. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next time. If you have not had a chance to check out my book, you can do so. You can grab yourself a copy of Feedback Mentality, The Key to Unlocking and Unleashing Your Potential, available on Amazon and BookBaby. And if you want to build your feedback literacy, you can get a copy of our reflection cards or a copy of our literacy cards. Let me know, send a message if you'd like some. Have a wonderful evening. Take care.